I am Samuel Whittington. I am an undergraduate at Mississippi State University in aerospace engineering. I have attended Starkville Church of Christ for just a few months now.
There's a peace I've come to know, though
So my spiritual background, my family was pretty religious, and I was involved with the church from a young age. At 3 years old, I decided I wanted to get baptized, and so I was. However, at the time, I really didn't understand like the meaning behind it, the importance of it. I just knew it was significant, but I didn't know why. Then there was a few years of my life where I just strayed away from that, didn't pray, didn't really care about religion, didn't really care about what God thought about me, or just didn't care. In my recent years, as I got older, my late teens and now my early 20s, I really want to get closer to God.
pain I will rise on eagle's wings before.
What sparked my interest to learn more about God, to get closer to God? I had a really good friend pass away, and he passed away during the time when I really just didn't care about God. And that hit me really, really hard, because this dude was like my brother. So after he passed away, I was starting to think, well, he's just looking down on me, ashamed of the things that I've been doing, and he's ashamed of the way I've been acting, and I don't want to do that anymore. So did a complete 180, changed the way I talked, changed the way I walked, dressed, everything, all of it. Completely done, changed. I wanted to get closer to God. I was like, I can't live like a fool, my entire life. Something's got to be done, especially if I want to see my friends, again. And so I changed, and have steadily grown in my walk with God. Still have a long ways to go, but take it one step at a time, just like with anything. I got baptized because I wanted to make sure that I was saved. I got baptized at 3 years old, but I had walked through life wondering, well, am I really, really saved? And I had been meeting with Perry Jinkerson. He told me, he was like, well, have you considered getting rebaptized? And I was like, well, yeah, but not really. But then I started to think, well, I've been wondering if I was really saved. So if I have to wonder that, am I really saved? You really got to ask yourself that. And I talked to Perry about it. I'm like, you know what? I really want to get saved. And he's like, okay, just when you're truly ready, talk to me and I will set it up. Well, a week before I had got saved, was the hardest week. Spiritually, I was questioning everything, and it just seemed like everything just got on my nerves. I was mad, frustrated at everybody, just didn't want to be around anybody. And I'm starting to think, well, this is probably just the devil's way of saying, no, I don't want you to get saved. I'm like, listen, I want to feel better, and I feel like getting saved is the only way I'm going to feel better. So I messaged Perry. Goodness, it was probably 2,300 hours or so, and I was like, sorry it's so late, but I need to get baptized. Like, sued, And my girlfriend, she was saying how she was going to get baptized that following Sunday. And I'm like, let's do this Sunday. I want to get baptized the same day as she. And I did. We got baptized at the same time, the same day. And so that was really, really cool.
Never ending, your glory goes beyond all things.
The moment I came out of the water, physically, I felt wet, but that's to be expected. But spiritually, Well, to be honest with you, I didn't really know what to feel. And I actually discussed this with Perry. It didn't start to really kick in until literally a few days later, that feeling of rising out of the water. And, you know, just like Jesus rose from the grave, I had realized, well, I have risen, you know, once again. And it was time to do things different. And I started, what was weird because weeks after that, and even up to this point, I started doing things differently than I had done prior to the baptism. And I didn't even notice it at first. I just started doing things differently. I didn't even think about it. And then I'm like, well, usually I would do this, and usually I would do that. And, you know, what happened? And then I started to think about it, and then it started to register. I'm like, okay, that it all makes sense now. So I feel relieved for sure.
All else fades, never ending. Your glory goes beyond.
What I look forward to most in my walk with Christ is, well, the obvious end goal is to be with Him. And, you know, that's a given. But during my time on this earth, I want my walk with Him to be one of peace, you know, despite whatever challenges, you know, whatever opposition. I want to be able to face it. I want to have the strength and the willpower and the hope to press on.
And I'm alive because I'm alive in you. And it's
The church can best assist me in my spiritual walk by just being there for me. If someone needs their help, no matter who they are, people need to see that this church can help them, will help them, you know, and to the best of our abilities, you know. And just like, again, you know, they have helped me, I want them to help others. And in turn, everybody benefits, you know. There's, you know, it's a win-win.
Maker of heaven and of earth, no one can comprehend your worth.
I am Samuel Whittington, and I am a Christian.